Hi everyone, welcome to our biology class again. Today we are going to start a new chapter in the biology, that is, let's regain our land. So it is related to agriculture. As you have seen in the chapter when I gave the hints in the last class, completely it is related to agriculture. There the main topic or the main point, that is the main core of this chapter, is about food security. Okay, and its opposite term is also given there, that is food scarcity. So the chapter discussion is going through that way by comparing or by discussing about food security and also about food scarcity. What is food security? It is a condition of having enough food for each and every individual of a nation. Okay, what is food scarcity? It is a condition of not having enough food for the individuals of the nation. And what is the present condition? We are having enough food, no problem. But there are some other places where the peoples are not getting even the minute quantity of food for a single time. We are wasting enough food materials, and there is excess amount of food materials in our houses or in our places. So our level is more, but there are many poor peoples. They are begging for a little quantity of food. For what? For because of that much extreme hunger, or for existence they are begging, or they are trying hard. There is no food to get for a single time. There is no minimum food. Such a condition is called food scarcity. Now the condition of the land or agriculture in our place or in our country, that is day by day it is going to, or it is leading the nation into what? Food scarcity. Gradually in our place also there will become a condition that will be equal to the other. Means food scarcity will be there in our place also, because there are many problems. There are problems in the field of agriculture, and the population, that is the main problem. Population is increasing day by day. When the population increases, how it leads to the condition of food scarcity? Can you say? I think you are saying what? Because when the population increases, that population need house. People need house. For preparing, for building their house, they need the land. Really that land is the cultivating land or agricultural land. They are used for the, what do you say, construction of buildings. So what will happen? The cultivable land will be transformed into what? House or something like that. Then that land cannot be available for what? For the cultivation, for agriculture. So the production will be reduced. But population is increasing. That increased population is also need food. But for the requirement or for the supply of food for such people, there is no facility to produce, to increase the production of the agriculture. So that will leads to what? Food scarcity. Another thing, when the population increases, they will need not only what? The houses. They will make the buildings for business and other purposes. They will make flats and other things. For all these purposes, the land that can be used for agriculture is used here. Is it make any problem, or will it make any problem? Yes, of course. So that is the problem that we are facing there. So we are also going to face the food shortage or food scarcity because of the extreme increase in the population. So when population increases, the cultivable land is changed into houses, flat or business settings, something like that. And now you can see a table in the screen. Just look at there. there the production of the paddy related to that something is given there. What is the problem there? Just look and read. Okay, so in this table mainly production is increasing year by year and population is increasing year by year. So this I told you, when population increases, cultivation decreases. That's why this condition leads to food shortage or food scarcity. Okay, so land is reducing. Then also there are many other problems. Farmers are leading or facing many problems. That is also the reason, or that is another reason for the food scarcity. Farmers are not interested for agriculture, or the people they are living with agriculture is not at all interested, not at all ready for agriculture. Why? Because they are facing many problems. What are the problems faced by the farmers in the field of agriculture? Can you say? If your father or mother, father or grandfather or such others, brothers are related to agriculture or they are working in agricultural field, you might have heard some problems they are discussing related to agriculture. Mainly the cost of production. Cost of production. What is this? If you are calling or inviting, if you are asking a person for working in your field, he need, in our place he need 1000 rupee per day or minimum 900 rupee. For that he will start work from 7 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the noon. Then he will stop. For that we have to give him 1000 rupee. But the quantity of work done by him will be very less, because now the workers are taking more rest than the work. Then the cost of the manure and cost of the seed and seedling and all other things, they are very high. Means cost of production is high, and that cannot be afforded by, or is not affordable for some farmers, because they have nothing to spend. They are ready to work, but the cost of the materials, that is high. That's why it is difficult. Okay. Then another one, crop loss. Crop loss means they spend money for agriculture, but sometimes the rainfall will be extreme. Sometimes there may not be any rainfall, or by having some pest or some diseases, or because of the climate change, the crop will be completely lost. Or some farmers, they used to plant banana. When extreme wind come, what will happen? Sometimes banana, that bunch will be there. Then when the heavy wind come, all the banana will be broken. Then there is no use. The cost is spent. Then labor charge, many money he spent for that, but before getting it, it is lost. Or when flood come, what will happen? The crop will be lost completely. So crop loss, that is another problem. Then climate change that we are facing in our place now. Till the last week it was extremely sunny. Now it is rainy or sunny, something like that. So when the farmers use or they cultivate an agriculture or something crop related to the climate, but the climate suddenly when it change, that affect the crop. Some farmers, they used to crop vegetables in the hilly region, but in the last 2 weeks there was no rainfall at all. So they were very sad. Why? Because in that hilly region they cannot water or irrigate it. So because of the absence of rainfall their crop has lost. So there is loss for the farmer. Then now the rainfall came and it is extreme, that also will affect some farmers. So climatic change will affect. Okay, next point. Some farmers, they are ready for spending money, they are ready for doing work, but they have no space to do agriculture. Lack of space, that is also a major problem that the farmers are facing, because when they make crop in a little area, small area, that is actually lost. But when they make crops in a wide area, somehow it is okay, but there is no such space for the farmers. Then another one, fall in price. Fall in the price. Why now? Now we can explain this point with the help of some examples. In the case of tapioca, in our place, now there will be only 10 rupee for 1 kilogram. 10 rupee for 1 kilogram in the shop. And I asked that shopkeeper, what will be the rate that you are getting this? He told me 5 rupee. For 5 rupee the shopkeeper is getting. And I asked the farmer, how much you are getting from the field when they collect it? He told me 4 rupee for 1 kilogram. 1 kilogram tapioca, the farmer is getting only 4 rupee. For that, how much money he has to spend, because manure is to be added and his work is to be done. So for all this, he is getting only 4 rupee for 1 kilogram. So fall in price. Tomato, we will get for 8 rupee, I think, for 1 kilogram. Very cheap. So what will be the rate of the farmer? They are using manure and their work and their fertilizers, then pesticides, everything is used. Otherwise, tomato will not be there. Potato, this also. So for this, after spending that much money, they are getting only a little, because the price is falling. Low price. That is also making a bad impact on the home farmers. They are not interested, because after having this, what is the use? You know, just before 2 or 3 weeks, the banana in our place, there was one bunch of banana only 50 rupee. So what will be the condition of the farmer in such a condition? So that is the point, fall in the price. That is also a major problem faced by the what? Farmers. Then another one, environmental destruction. Environmental destruction means what? Sometimes the environmental disasters, some wind or extreme wind, cyclone, something like that, then flood, or the drought condition, means the condition there is no rainfall at all. So this kind of problems that I already explained, this is called environmental destructions. This also will lead to the lack of interest in the case of whom? Farmers. Okay, this is another main point. Exploitation of the mediators or middlemen. Exploitation of the mediators or middlemen. That means brokers, you know, that is the middleman. You know, when I cultivate something, what do you say, tapioca, a person will come to my field and ask me whether it is ready to give, and he will say one amount, and I told you, 4 rupee. Then from me, I am the farmer, he will collect for 4 rupee for 1 kilogram, and he will sell that for 5 rupee or 6 rupee for 1 kilogram. So he is not doing any work. I cultivated and I manured and all the work is done by me. I am the farmer. From me he is collecting only 4 rupee and he is selling that for 6 rupee or 7 rupee or 8 rupee like that. So he is getting money without doing any work. Such kind of people or brokers are called middlemen or mediators. So their exploitation directly, if I am collecting my tapioca and in a roadside or in the market, if I am going and selling, what will happen? I may get more money than this. But mediators will come and their exploitation is a major problem. So this is also there, and that's why farmers are not interested in the farming activities. So these are the problems faced by the farmers. This is also a major problem for what? Or for reducing the production in the case of agriculture. So just to try to understand these points once again. Okay, now that is how to improve or how to overcome this kind of a condition. For that, what we can do? So for overcoming this kind of problems, a scientific approach is essential or scientific approach is needed. So what we can do? So as the part of a scientific approach, we can or we have to what? We have to use a scientific method in the case of agriculture. Then for that, first and the foremost thing, that is the fertility of the soil. Fertility of the soil is to be maintained. So what is the fertility of the soil? Soil contains many kinds of elements. Soil contains many kinds of elements. As you know, they are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, then nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, then sulfur, etc. This kind of things are present naturally itself in the soil. They are needed for the plants for their growth, so they are called essential element. Essential elements. These elements are called essential elements because they are compulsory for the growth of the plants and they are present in the soil naturally, and they will be made available when we use what? Manure or fertilizers. By using fertilizers, we can make it available in the soil, or it is available naturally itself. Clear? Such kind of elements are called essential elements. And also the microorganisms present in the soil helps to improve the quantity of what? These kinds of essential elements. So these are needed where? In the soil for the growth of the plants. Then when we add manures, the quantity of these elements are increasing and plants are getting it available and the growth of the plant will be improved. Then these elements are tested, or we can check whether it is present there in the soil or it is not, or the quantity, which element is less and which element is more. This can be tested by using soil testing. And also the pH value. pH value, you know, that means how the soil, the acidic, whether the soil is acidic or whether the soil is alkaline, whether the soil is neutral. Such kind of things. Also the pH value also can be checked while using what? Soil testing. Soil samples can be collected from our field, and there will be soil testing labs at different places. There we can give the soil sample and they will test and they will give the report, and from the report we can understand which are the elements present in our field, which element is more, which element is less, so which manure is to be added for getting the particular element. Such all the things we can understand by soil testing. Then the pH value also, whether our soil is acidic. In acidic soil some plants may not grow, in alkaline soil some plants may not grow, so the soil is to be neutral in between. So how can we make neutral soil? So such all things we can understand and we can get familiarized only by soil testing. So the elements that is needed for the growth of the plant and that is present in the soil is called essential element. Essential elements will be available naturally and by the decomposition of the microorganisms, and it will be provided in the soil by using fertilizers. So for applying fertilizers we should know how much is less or how much is more, and also what is the pH. This we should know. For knowing these things, what we can do? We can do soil testing. So this is the first point, improving the fertility of the soil. By using that we can improve the production in the agricultural field. Balance points we can discuss in the next class. So this point is only discussing here. Balance we can see in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.